Hello?
Hey, Atozy, what's up? It's Joe Exotic, man.
If you know anything about Joe Exotic, you probably know he's currently serving a 21-year prison sentence. He became famous because he was the star of The Tiger King, the most popular docuseries of 2020.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
One would think the dude would be a fictional character on Adult Swim because I don't think there's anyone quite as unique as Joe Exotic. Netflix described him as a mulleted, gun-toting polygamist and country western singer who presides over an Oklahoma roadside zoo. He also ran as a libertarian for governor and even made it a point to assure the people that he wouldn't be making fidget spinners illegal.
To the rumor that's going on now, I want to make illegal fidget spinners. I had to email somebody to even know what the hell a fidget spinner was. It's a stupid little triangle toy thing that you sit there and spin. Why in the hell would somebody want to make that illegal?
Now, there's a whole lot more to the story than what Netflix showed, and that's what we're covering here today. So welcome to the first episode of Uncovering the Tiger King, and we'll be actually talking to Joe Exotic himself from prison. And we'll be adding way more context regarding the Tiger King docuseries and even raising a couple questions about it. Originally, I wanted to travel out and visit Joe in prison, but unfortunately, they don't allow cameras, so we had to get creative.
So I ended up sending him my questions and he recorded his answers on a legal call.
So I'll be reading my questions and playing his answers and adding context where it's needed.
Hey, Atozy, what's up? It's Joe Exotic, man. Hey, we're going to go through this list of questions. I'm just going to read them off to you of what you're wondering, and I'll give you the answers. So you want to know how I'm doing in here? Let me tell you something. Being locked up in an 8 by 12 foot room all the time with a toilet at the end of your bed and you got to smell somebody else's all the time, and the food is pathetic. I've been puking for 126 days, and life pretty much sucks, man. So I need y'all's help to get through this system and get me home.
Joe is currently 3 years into a 21-year sentence in prison, so my first question was, how's his morale?
Every day I lay here and pray to God to make my heart stop and just put an end to all this. That's exactly where I'm at. And, 155,000 people in America are living the same way, if not worse. I've been 2.5 years in solitary confinement. I couldn't do this to a tiger or an animal, according to the Animal Welfare Act in America, because we care more about animals than we do human beings. But the sad part is there's a person, a weak guy in here. And there's people in here with no arms and no legs and 85 years old. Crazy what we're doing to people in America, man. Our president and our Congress should be ashamed of themselves, especially for nonviolent drug crimes that they never can hurt nobody.
I then asked him if he actually hired a hitman, because that's what he's currently in prison for.
Did I hire a hitman? No, I didn't hire no hitman. If you look on Joe Exotic /evidence, the recordings and the affidavits from the so-called hitman are on there, admitting to perjury, and he made all this up. And then he admitted that they had a plan to decapitate me, and I'm the one that's in prison? There's nothing right about any of this. So, no, I did not hire a hitman to take out Carol Baskin.
So to add context, he's talking about Alan Glover, the guy who testified that Joe hired him as a hitman. And he had this to say when questioned.
I'm going to start with paragraph 4. Tell me yes or no, true or false, okay or inaccurate. I committed perjury during my grand jury testimony regarding my involvement as the hitman in the for hire.
Right.
I committed perjury during my trial testimony regarding my involvement as the hitman in the for hire.
So to my knowledge, his testimony was key to putting Joe away for years. But then he also had this to say.
Anybody that needed to be killed would be him. Or he could just fall over dead.
Did he want Carol Baskin dead?
Yeah.
Did he talk about it?
It's like not as quite as bad as Joe, but yeah, he knew it was going to be a problem after if he got rid of Joe dropped dead, or he knew I was going to have Joe's head cut off. I was going to hook him up with a pea and a wire.
What do you mean?
I was going to stretch it across where he goes with his four-wheeler, like about 30 miles an hour.
So you and Jeff, prior to this whole thing going down, talked about Joe.
Yeah. Nobody knows that, but he knew about that. I even walked in there and showed him where it was going to happen.
To me, it seems like Joe was seriously wronged here, and this is getting pretty much zero attention. But my next question was, has he been able to see the Tiger King documentary?
Nope, have not seen any of it.
Do you think it accurately portrays your story?
By all the bullshit that I've caught, by the prison officials and by people writing the letters and stuff, absolutely not. Didn't portray me right at all.
Do you think a lot of it was made up or exaggerated? If so, please specify.
A whole lot was made up. And if you listen to Tiger Tales on YouTube, with John Phillips, he has the proof and he has the affidavits that the producers of Royal Good Production who made Tiger King for Netflix, all of the witnesses that I needed for court under contract, confidentiality contracts, and paid them to talk shit for that documentary. So they were paying people, and we had this on recording, phone recordings, they were paying people like James Garrison $5,000 out of the witness room to keep the narrative going so they can make a movie to destroy my life. So Tiger King done nothing but destroy my life.
Has it done anything positive for you?
Nope, not a damn thing. Made Dylan rich. That's about all it done. Didn't do shit for me. I ain't got no money from it. Dylan took everything. You saw everything online. He sold my clothes. He sold everything. I have nothing left at all.
Dylan is Joe's ex-husband, who was also in the first season. From what I can tell, they went through a divorce when Joe wasn't pardoned in the end of 2020. My next question was, has the Tiger King docuseries negatively affected your life?
Absolutely. I've spent 2.5 years in solitary confinement over this because the federal government doesn't want the truth out there. And just to let you know, this is all being recorded on a legal call, okay, to answer all these questions, right? So, yeah, no, it has done nothing but make my life suck.
Knowing answering those questions was probably tough, so I decided to try to lighten the mood by asking him what his favorite thing of owning a zoo was.
Helping sick people and helping animals. My Animal Miracle Network meant the world to me, granting last wishes for sick people and sick kids. And being able to have the gift from God to be able to walk in a cage and kiss 20 tigers on the face.
Do you think your employees were loyal to you?
John Rinke was the only one loyal to me. Eric Kelly, you see what happened to him. Karma got him. Brenda passed away too. Amber, Katrina, Dylan West, all of them. Chicken. Everybody was a chicken. John Finley was the biggest chicken. He should have been the one to stick up and tell the truth all along, but no, he tucked his tail and sold himself out too. John Rinke is the only stand-up man that's in that whole zoo.
Have you achieved what you wanted to achieve in life, or do you think there's more for you to get done?
You know, I don't know what God's plan is for me, but I'm hoping that there's a whole lot more for me to get done.
Do you still have beef with Carol Baskin?
You know what? I never really had a beef with Carol Baskin. I just wanted to prove that she killed her husband, and I wanted to expose her scams to the world of how she was scamming people for money. And I protected my zoo. I had a loud mouth. I did a lot of crazy shit on TV, but it was all on TV, and it was all to keep people from coming in and burning my studio down. It was to keep people in from cutting their cages open and letting my animals out. And if you look at the 911 intruder on YouTube video on my YouTube channel, hell, somebody came in there and even tried to kill Winky at 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, the only thing I did was I acted crazy so people would stay the hell out of my zoo.
Do you really think Carol killed her husband?
She fed his ass to the tigers, dude. I can tell the government, I've tried to tell everybody with that meat grinder is in that pond right there on Big Cat Rescue, all right? And what the cats didn't eat is underneath that septic tank, but nobody will listen to me, and she's got everybody paid off, so be it.
I saw there was a headline where Carol Baskin was offering to help you get out of prison. Do you think she can really get you out of prison?
I think Carol Baskin's the one who put me in here, and I think all it would take is her to call the White House or call the U.S. Attorney's Office and call off the dogs, and she could get me out of here. She even said that she would help me with the pardon if I supported the Big Cat Safety Act. The Big Cat Safety Act is only going to make that rich, and I refuse to support the Big Cat Safety Act. As bad as I want to go home, I'm never going to support the Big Cat Safety Act. So she could get me out of here if she wanted to. After
doing a bunch of research on this, I found out that Jeff Lowe at one point was actually claiming he was going to delete or destroy evidence that could lead to Joe being exonerated. So I had to ask him, what are your current thoughts on Jeff Lowe?
Okay, if I had the chance to just talk to Jeff Lowe to his face, I'd say, Jeff, you know, you spent a lifetime stealing, conning people, using them for their money, and just being a common thief, right? You lie, you Photoshop, you forge. It's crazy the crimes that you have gotten away with. The trafficking, you need to make peace with God once, because you're getting to the age that you're just going to wake up whenever you're going to go to sleep one day and never wake up like Eric Cowley did. And eternity in hell is going to be where you're going to live the rest of your life if you don't start making something right. But you know, the sad part is that poor kid's got to walk in your footsteps of the bullshit that you pulled on people. That's pretty much my thoughts of Jeff Lowe.
See, I wish I could be able to ask these questions live so I could elaborate on all of these rants here, but My next question was, if you could say something to Jeff Lowe, what would it be?
I wish I'd have never met you, man. You're just a piece of shit. And you're never going to change. The longer I'm in here, the worse you get. The less attention you get, the worse your stories get. Do everybody a favor and just go away.
Is there anything you wish you did differently?
I wish I'd have never started a zoo. I damn sure wish I'd have never let Jeff Lowe in my life. That's where I went wrong. Carol Baskin wasn't compared to Jeff Lowe because all she done was sue me and send spies in my zoo. She chased me for 10 years. But Jeff Lowe, that lying bastard, is the one who set me up and did all this.
How's your current health?
I've vomited for 126 days straight now. Beat cancer. I get blood twice a month. Can't keep anything down. The stress is going to kill me. The radiation that I received to get over cancer is going to kill me.
What is your path to pardon?
I got some pretty awesome people out there right now fighting for me and being my voice. Jesse Metzger, Hannah Lee, Hogan, Nick Hogan, Kindly, Kendra, Nalene, all of them, man. My circle of friends is getting huge, and my voice is getting stronger. So all I can do is hope to hell and pray to God that President Biden sees the truth and backs up his promise that he made campaigning, saying that he was going to fix the justice system. And letting me go home would be the first step in fixing something that was terribly done wrong.
Is getting a pardon your only way out of prison?
Currently, no. I'm on appeal. My arguments are September the 28th, I believe, for my appeal in Denver, Colorado. I have a motion for a new trial. I still have a 2255 to file, which is ineffective counsel. It's just going to take time if I don't get a pardon, if I live through it. So a pardon would be the fastest way to get me home. All I want to do is go home to Fort Smith, Arkansas, get married to Seth, move on with my life, go on tour, do some interviews, be a voice for the rest of the people in prison that are being severely abused. So that's my plan if I make it out of here. Hell, I got 22 and I didn't touch nobody. And now we know that it was all lies.
Is there anything you would like to share with the world?
Man, I've gotten over 50,000 letters since I've been going through this from everywhere around the world. And I'd like to just say, I love each and every one of you. I don't care how famous you are or how non-famous you are. I appreciate you being my voice and my ride home if I make it through this. So hold your heads up and be my voice, because I really do appreciate each and every one of you.
I definitely believe that Joe was wronged, and I don't think he should be sitting behind prison bars for the next 18 years. I talked to Joe's lawyer, and I found out he's currently low on funds to fight his case, so I've decided to dedicate my first drop of my new clothing brand called Oddly Dystopian, which will be a t-shirt design that's dedicated to this man. And 50% of the profits will be going to Joe Exotic to help him with legal fees. So if you want to support Joe and my content, feel free to grab one from the top link in the description down below. If you want a part 2 where I uncover more stuff and even interview more people from the Tiger King universe, make sure to drop a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.